Pop sensation Jason Derulo, renowned for his chart-topping hits and electrifying performances, now finds himself in a legal crescendo that's sending shockwaves to the entertainment world. In an unexpected twist of fate, the multi-talented artist faces a lawsuit for sexual harassment that has fans and critics alike turning in with bated breath. Join us as we delve into the surprising allegations, the legal battleground, and the impact on Derulo's glittering career. This is a scandal that's impossible to ignore, as we uncover the notes behind this symphony of controversy. The harassment scandal and legal battle. Renowned artist Jason Derulo is facing a legal storm as emerging talent Emaza Gibson takes him to court, accusing him of unsettling allegations, including quid pro quo sexual harassment, contract breaches, and violations of the Ralph Civil Rights Act. In a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles, Gibson lists Derulo, manager Frank Harris, Atlantic Records, RCA Records, and Future History, a joint venture with RCA, as defendants. The legal saga unfolds with the backdrop of some industry intrigue. RCA claims to have no knowledge of the lawsuit, asserting that there's no existing contractual relationship with Derulo or Future History during the period covered by Gibson's claims. Unsurprisingly, this development prompted Jason Derulo to defend himself. He took to Instagram to post a video denying the allegations. He asserted that the claims were completely false and hurtful, and expressed his opposition to all forms of harassment. Derulo maintained that he's always aimed to lead a life with a positive impact and expressed his deep offense at the defamatory claims. The lawsuit meticulously outlines the timeline of events involving Derulo, alleging coercion, bursts of anger, and according to Gibson, Derulo first reached out to her in August 2021 with an offer to sign with Future History, in partnership with Atlantic Records, where he himself is currently signed. To get the venture off the ground, he claimed he needed to provide Atlantic with new artists that promised to collaborate on several albums with Gibson in return. Gibson's testimonies. Gibson insists that she was promised a budget to create a mixtape to be delivered to Atlantic within 4 months. She was also to record a single featuring Derulo. In November 2021, the duo began working on her album under the Future History label. This is the period when the allegations take a darker turn. Gibson asserts that Derulo told her that in order to succeed in the music industry, she would have to engage in goat skin and fish scales, a cryptic Haitian reference that she interpreted as demand for sexual favors in exchange for career success. In parallel with this, Gibson claims that Derulo initiated invitations for dinner and drinks, all of which she respectfully declined due to their professional relationship. However, he purportedly exerted pressure on her to consume alcohol during late-night recording sessions, offered to pay for her Uber rides home despite her expressing her non-drinking preferences. Eventually, she says she yielded during a September 2021 recording session. However, she found the drink too strong and refused to consume more. After declining both the drink and any sexual advances from Derulo, he allegedly withdrew his offer to provide transportation to and from the studio. 2 months later, the unfolding drama between Emaza Gibson and Jason Derulo took another twist when they convened at Atlantic Records to discuss her budding career. But right before this pivotal meeting, Gibson found herself alone in the company of another female artist named Rosa, an invitee courtesy of Derulo himself. In an unexpected turn of events, Rosa dropped a bombshell on Gibson, suggesting that Derulo might have ulterior motives and was, in her words, attempting to engage in some questionable activities with her. The shocking revelation only served to reinforce Gibson's mounting concerns about Derulo's behavior. She began to fear that her path to success would be mired in uncomfortable and inappropriate expectations. The situation took an awkward turn after the meeting, as an enraged Derulo and Gibson found themselves in an SUV. The bone of their contention? The unexpected inclusion of Rosa in the meeting. Derulo allegedly unleashed a torrent of anger, striking his armrests and screaming that Rosa had nothing to do with Gibson and that her presence was none of her business. The situation had become increasingly uncomfortable for Gibson, and she soon sought solace in the presence of her mother and manager, Sandra Bales, during any future interactions with Derulo. She expressed genuine concern for her own safety, and it was a clear indication of the distressing atmosphere she felt herself in. However, Derulo and his manager, Frank Harris, abruptly ceased communication with her, leaving her in limbo. Their silence stretched until June 2022, when, seemingly as a nod to the besieged artist, Derulo finally agreed to meet with her at his opulent Malibu residence. Throughout this period, Gibson had been using her own resources to fulfill her recording obligations, which she hoped would eventually bear fruit in her musical journey. In a desperate bid to safeguard her creative work, she asked Derulo to purchase the recordings to prevent them from falling into the hands of other artists. His response was shockingly indifferent, as he casually casually remarked, "If we lose them, I can always get new ones." Despite this lackluster response, the two agreed to hold a recording session just 5 days later. Gibson and her mother arrived an hour late due to the notorious LA traffic. Derulo's reaction was anything but understanding. He was infuriated by her tardiness and swiftly charged at her. He yelled into her face, berating her for not being punctual. Just as swiftly as his anger had flared, he attempted to smooth things over by extending a hug, a gesture that Gibson found deeply unsettling. She hastily retreated to the bathroom, seeking refuge from the turmoil. The following day, still reeling from the confrontational encounter, Gibson mustered the courage to voice her grievances to Frank Harris, Jason Derulo's manager. Her hopes for understanding or intervening were dashed, as Harris curtly replied, "Derulo is his own man, and I'm not his master." In the subsequent months, as Gibson's unease grew, she decided to take her concerns to Atlantic Records, in the hope that her harrowing experiences with Jason Derulo would be addressed and resolved. Unfortunately, her pleas fell on deaf ears, and her concerns were summarily dismissed. The future of her partnership with Atlantic and future history began to crumble. In a heart-wrenching recount, Emaza Gibson, who had dreamed of this moment since her school days, spoke to Rolling Stone about her anguish. "This is super devastating for me. This is something I always wanted to do since I was a little girl. Jason was one of my favorite artists on the pop scene. I accepted this amazing offer only to find out the person that I looked up to would put me through such a traumatic situation." She went on to reveal that she now grapples with post-traumatic stress disorder, a poignant consequence of her tumultuous journey in the industry. Her lawyer, Ronald Zambrano, shed light on the severity of the situation, stating, "She's been working for this contract since she was in middle school. She gets a chance, and all of a sudden it comes with strings attached. She's traumatized, trying to cope with everything. It's devastating for her. She wanted to record music based on the things that were promised." In a bid to address the myriad of injustices she endured during her tumultuous journey with Jason Derulo and future history, Emaza Gibson is seeking justice through legal action. The lawsuit she's filed is comprehensive, encompassing general, specific, and punitive damages, as well as prejudgmental interests pertaining to lost wages and benefits and attorney fees. Gibson's case reveals the depth of her suffering, which extended far beyond the boundaries of the professional realm. The lawsuit underscores the profound impact of Derulo's alleged actions on Gibson's mental and emotional well-being. It chronicles a harrowing narrative of breakdowns, weight loss, mood swings, hopelessness, and a crushing loss of motivation. Feelings of betrayal and deception further weighed on her spirit, leading her to seek mental health treatment, which ultimately resulted in a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder. Gibson's attorney, Ron Zambrano, minced no words when he condemned Derulo's behavior. He characterized it as despicable and shone a stark light on the darker facets of the music industry. In this crucible of creativity and fame, the lawsuit stands as a testament to the persistence and bravery of an inspiring artist who sought to achieve her dreams. The lawsuit's call for unspecified damages speaks to the profound significance of this battle, not only for Gibson, but for the broader music industry and its quest for accountability and justice. This legal saga, as first reported by NBC News, is a complex and concerning affair that not only has the potential to impact Jason Derulo's career, but also underscores the importance of addressing issues of harassment and misconduct within the music industry. Emaza Gibson's lawsuit paints a vivid picture of her experiences and interactions with Derulo, which, if proven true, could have far-reaching consequences. The lawsuit remains a significant development in the world of music, underscoring the need for vigilance against harassment and the importance of supporting emerging artists in the pursuit of their dreams. The legal battle and the story of Emaza Gibson's quest for success also takes a really severe emotional toll, leaving us to ponder the challenges faced by aspiring artists in the music industry and the importance of addressing the critical issues of harassment. What do you have to say about this? Let us know in the comments section.